Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hibba-Tul-Noor Hamid. I'm from the Majlis of One Salam, and the topic today I'm going to be discussing is hand soap versus hand sanitizer. In the lockdown, I chose to do this topic because I was interested if hand soap or hand sanitizer is better. Which one should I use? So let's start with the history of hand sanitizer. In ancient and medieval times, many cultures used alcohol to disinfect wounds, and they tested the antimicrobial activity of alcohol. It was found that it can eliminate germs by targeting and weakening the cell wall of bacteria. So if you didn't know what antimicrobial means, it means to kill or slow down the spread of microorganisms. So let's move on to the history of hand soap now. A German scientist named Otto Rahim and his team created a new process of making soaps out of petroleum byproducts. These soaps were classified as synthetic detergents. Before they didn't have soap, they would use plain old water to clean everything, their items, their clothes, their water, everything. So wood ash and charcoal would interact with oil and grease. So when they would wash them, they would use water mixed with ash and charcoal. It would start making a soapy substance that would start removing all the dirt. So let's discuss how it works and the chemicals inside hand sanitizer. Most popular hand sanitizers are alcohol-based. The alcohol can either be ethanol, isopropyl. Isopropyl is the stuff that is in rubbing alcohol when you can see the nurses use when before putting an injection on you, or you wipe something on you before putting a bandage on. It's so you don't get an infection. And then there's propanol. That's the rubbing alcohol's chemical sibling. It also includes glycerol that makes a gooey substance. It also works by dissolving the outer coats of bacteria and viruses. And basically it explodes them. So let's move on to hand soap. When you build up a soapy lather, you build it up by mixing two things, water and soap. And then when it becomes soapy, and you know that because you're rubbing your hands for 30 seconds or about a minute, and then it becomes soapy, that's when you know you should it off with water. So there's different types of hand sanitizers. There's spray. My personal favorite would be the Color Plus Fragrance Sanitizer because it is good to travel with. It has a really nice scent to it. I like the really nice scented ones. My favorite is the liquid soap plus scented and colored soap because when you put the liquid soap on, you rub your hands and then it starts forming bubbles, and that's when you know it's time to wash it off. Which one is better? So the pros and cons of hand sanitizers. The pros are that it's accessible. So when you don't have running water available or you don't have soap available, you can just use hand sanitizer because it's right there with you in your pocket, your bag, or anything. And then it costs effectively and it lasts about 2 to 3 years, and it kills germs, weakens immunity to germs. So the cons are, when it's used too much, the alcohol-based hand sanitizers can wash away your skin's natural oils. That's bad for you. And that can cause itching, flaking, scaling, or peeling. And redness. Some brands are ineffective. So let's move on to the pros and cons of hand soap. The pros are, soaps are better for skin and naturally living bacteria on our skin. It moisturizes are added in the soap. They are good for your skin. If you regularly wash your hands, it prevents diseases and it keeps the places free from bacteria. And nobody's allergic to hand soap because some people are actually allergic to hand sanitizer. So the cons are, it's not always available and it might take a bit more effort and it might not always have the power to destroy viruses. Some similarities and differences are, a similarity is both kill germs, and then another one is both get applied to hands, both have scented and different colors, both you can find in the same shop, for example, Walmart. Differences are both feel different, both get used in different occasions, and soap needs water to help rinse out the germs. So let's move on to which one's better. You may think you have to get up and you have to wash your hands. Instead, there's a hand sanitizer bottle right there, and I can just squirt some on and done. My hands are clean. But it's better to use soap because it could just make your hands a disaster. So soap is the best product to use because it helps moisturize your skin. It's strong enough to break the the virus's membranes, making it crush down. Then they form bubbles around their own particles, including the virus's RNA and proteins. I hope you learned that soap is better and that you should always use it and not feel lazy.